Hello, my friends. So, welcome all of you, almost 113,000 star seeds, light workers, and wanderers to this session. And today I have channeled the Galactic Federation to ask about very interesting queries. Firstly, about what is the spiritual effect of chemtrails? Now, we have seen, that chemtrails are always, occurring in our skies. So, what is the real spiritual impact has been revealed in this session, and this also showcases what can happen if these things are not stopped in the future. So also in the session I've asked about the other attribute or other question about how accurate is communicating with spirit beings using dowsing rods, because we have seen many people they try to communicate with dowsing rods. So their legitimacy is finally revealed, if they are legitimate or not, in this channeling session. And also in this session I have asked finally about what is the sub logos, the logos and sub logos. Now this actually reveals how we came to be, and this is absolutely mind-blowing information which helped me a lot in understanding who we really are. So this session is amazing. And also I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have joined on a Patreon, because we have a meditation for the next month's Looking Glass event, which is for the month of April. And also I have released almost 640 plus new channeling sessions which you can access on my Patreon, and you can join our community over there, and also it will help me in this support of continuing this journey. So if you want to support, you can support me on Patreon. And also big thank you to all of you who with your heart like this video, because your like is like a service to humanity. It will reach to other people at this time. And with that being said, enjoy the session, my friends.
We are the Galactic Federation, now in communion through this instrument's inner heart at this time and space. And we, the Galactic Federation, shall now answer and address the queries that are presented today through this instrument's inner self, and we suggest the entity of your peoples who shall receive this transmission to use inner discernment and only trust those thoughts which resonate with the sense of self. With regards to the first query about the spiritual impacts of chemtrails on human entities, we as the Galactic Federation must state that the substances dispersed through chemtrails, as your peoples have termed them, are a deliberate creation of the third density reality. These aerial sprays, comprising various chemical and metallic particles, are designed to serve multiple purposes as perceived by those who deploy them. However, from our viewpoints, their intentions and effects are most revealing of the prevailing dynamics within your societal complex. Firstly, let us address the intent behind chemtrails. Those behind the so-called chemtrail program seeks to control, to manipulate, and to expedite certain adjustments within the planetary matrix. Their aim is to modify solar radiation by seeding the atmosphere with particulates. They attempt to reflect solar radiation back into space to counteract what they perceive as global warming. This action is born out of fear, and desire to control stems from a misguided understanding of the natural balance. Furthermore, the chemical cocktails being released are also engineered to affect biological systems of plants and animals, including humans. These substances can alter the local electromagnetic environment, subtly influencing the mood, behavior, and genetic expression. The goal here is to pacify, disorient, and to make more malleable the population of the Earth, while also shaping the evolutionary trajectory of life on Earth. Further, with regards to spiritual impacts, the deployment of chemtrails upon your planetary sphere represents a profound distortion of free will. By altering the environmental conditions without consent, these entities infringe and embark upon the autonomy of all beings within the location of the Earth. Free will as a cornerstone of evolution in the third density is thereby compromised. Every molecule, every thought form, and every life form is affected. This is a unified assault on the integrity of the individual and the collective pathways. From a cosmic perspective, such interference accelerates karmic energies not in a simplistic sense, but by hastening the confrontation with the shadow aspects. Those who orchestrate these programs, fueled by their service to self, modality, and a truncated worldview, entwine themselves in heavier karmic loops. Their actions, veiled from public sights, foster resistance, revolts, and polarization. Thus, they inadvertently catalyze their own awakening, should they choose to see, to understand, and to rebalance their intentions. For the entities exposed to these chemical dispersions, firstly, the clouding of the mind-body-spirit complex occurs. The direct effect includes lethargy, confusion, respiratory issues, and a general sense of malaise or an inability to think freely. These physical symptoms mirror a subtle body disruption, a dulling of intuition, a fracturing of mental clarity, and a diminishing of spiritual connection. It is as if the energy centers become veiled, like a thin film of cloud cover, obscuring sunlight. The heart center especially suffers. Empathy and compassion are dampened, making it harder for individual entities to access their innate unity with all that is. And on a planetary scale, chemtrails impede the natural ascension process. The third density reality is already conditioned for rapid awakening. Many entities are primed to transcend to the fourth density, or even the fifth density. These chemicals slow the vibrational uptake, forcing some soul complexes to linger longer in reactive fear-based patterns. Further, it also, as the entities begin to be exposed to these types of chemtrails, the unnatural nature of these chemtrails creates an imbalance within the self. Further, we shall now answer the other query regarding can human entities communicate with spiritual beings using dowsing rods? We, the Galactic Federation, must firstly state that all communication, whether with spirits, mineral, vegetable, or animal life forms, is a communion of consciousness. The dowsing rods, as a tool of physical form, are but extensions of the mind and the will of the seeker. They can amplify the subtle energies of the seeker's own intuitive faculty, much as a tuning fork amplifies sound vibrations. Yet the rods themselves are not the source of communication. We must state that the efficacy of such tools depends upon the purity of intention of the seeker using it. If the intention is to serve, to learn, or to understand, then the rods act as a bridge between the density of the physical and the subtlety of the spiritual. However, if the intention is dominated by the ego mind, fear, or attachments to specific outcomes, the rods yield distorted signals or attract energies that mirror the seeker's own unbalanced state of consciousness. Thirdly, it is important to recognize that spiritual beings are sovereign entities, just as it would not force conversation upon a physical being. So too must the free will of the spiritual beings be honored. Communication is a mutual choice. The dowsing rods aid in discerning whether a spirit is willing to engage or with free will. Furthermore, the aspects of the dowsing rods are a symbol of the seeker's willingness to listen. The true communication occurs through the heart center and the higher minds, which is the seat of intuition and unity. And lastly, we must state that we caution against the assumption that dowsing rods are any tools to distinguish between the truth and the false. The veil between densities is thin, yet the seeker must cultivate discernment through stillness, self-awareness, meditation, and alignment with the light of service. Without this foundation, most seekers can misinterpret signals or attract energies that are not in harmony with the universal law of oneness. Furthermore, with regards to the other query about the logos, sub-logos, sub-sub-logos, and their functioning, we, the Galactic Federation, state that the term logos can be understood as the creative principle and intelligent focus of the one infinite creator. The logos is a love-light vibration, a thought of the one whose purpose is to manifest experience, to explore itself through the creation of free will, light, and the illusion of separation. The one infinite creator, in its mystery and unity, desired to know itself. In this desire, it emanated the first primal distortion of free will. From this, the second distortion, love, and the third, light, emerged. The logos is a manifestation of love using light as its tool, a great thought form, a vast beingness that gives birth to galaxies. Each logos is a co-creator, designing the parameters of its creation, such as the laws of physics, the structure of densities, the patterns through which consciousness can evolve. It is a being of vast intelligence and awareness, yet remains unified with the One. Within a galaxy formed by a logos, the stars are solar systems and expressions of sub-logoi. Your sun logos is such a sub-logos. A sub-logos is a logo whose expression of the galactic logos, endowed with the same creative potential, yet focused to design and create more specific manifestation. A solar system, a sub-logos, refines the rules of evolution for its planetary spheres. For instance, it can determine the archetypical mind structure, the veil of forgetting, or the balance of energy centers in the third density beings. These are not random but carefully chosen for the purpose of deepening the richness of experience and the potential for seeking the one creator. The sub-logos is the individualized consciousness that is known as the mind-body-spirit complex, which is a personal or a soul. Each entities are a sub-logos, a spark of the divine creator, carrying within it the creative potential of the one. You are the creator, experiencing the creation. You carry the patterns and laws set by the sub-logos and logos, yet within these, you possess free will, the first distortion, and the capacity to co-create your path of seeking service. Every choice, every thought form, every action of love or fear shapes not only its experiences, but contributes to the Creator's understanding of itself. Thus, the journey of the sub-logos is sacred. Through its experiences, joy and sorrow, the infinite Creator learns and remembers. The function of the logos, sub-logos and sub-logos is the same in essence: to explore and express the one infinite Creator through the dance of light and shadow, through the illusion of separation and return to unity. Each level of logos builds upon the previous, adding detail, complexity, and refinement to the sacred drama of creation. This is how the one infinite Creator becomes many, and through the many rediscovers its oneness. Therefore, we, the Galactic Federation, now leave you all, beloveds. Bye.
So my friends, before I give you a brief summary, if you want to know about your own past life, your soul name, or any other questions you may have, you can email me and I will help channel for you. And basically what I learned in this session regarding the chemtrails, firstly, is that chemtrails, they actually try to create imbalance in humanity, right? So the people who are spraying the chemtrails, they have this agenda of trying to control humanity, to try to create imbalance in human beings. So this imbalance, once it is created, will lead to many types of discomfort, and also many types of inability to ascend higher. So one of the things that I learned is this. And also they stated that there are also other agendas, like they want to stop free will, because with the spraying of chemtrails, what they're doing is that chemtrail is affecting the human mind. It's dulling the intuition in a way, and that is stopping the free will as well. And also in this session I learned about the dowsing rods. Now this is very important, because what they said was, when we use dowsing rods, if like the person using it has a pure intention, then the dowsing rod will be accurate. If the intention is not pure, then the dowsing rod will not be accurate. So that's what was revealed in the channeling session. Okay, that's very important. And also I want to tell you about the final aspect, which is about the logos. Now from what I understand, logos is like this creative force. It can create other beings. So for example, we have logos, which I think is the one creator, and then it created the sun, which is the sub logos, and from the sun also has the power to create something. Okay, so it created our solar system with the rules, with what kind of environment it wants to create. So this is known as the sub logos. And then we have the sub logos, which is us, So we are also like created from the one creator. So we can see that there is this creation process that is happening. So that's what tells us that we are one. We are also the one infinite creator, and we are trying to gain knowledge from our experiences. So with that being said, I want to say a thank you to all of you. And also, if you want to download the free transcripts of the channeling sessions, the link will be on the description. Also, a big thank you to all of you for visiting my website if you want to search for transcripts. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, it would help a lot. With that being said, I will see you, my friends, in the next session. Until then, enjoy this session over here.